Today is the 64th International Human Rights Day. The theme of this year's Human Rights Day is My Voice Counts.
The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was proclaimed by the United Nations on the 10th of December 1948 to ensure the fundamental rights of every human being. As a member of the United Nations, Sri Lanka ratified the Human Rights Convention in 1955. Through this, every person living in this country is entitled to all human rights regardless of religion, ethnicity, class or caste. While human rights are irrevocable, it was proclaimed during the World Human Rights Conference in Vienna in 1993 that all governments must protect the human rights of its people regardless of their political, economic or cultural status. Meanwhile, an event was held at the BMICH in Colombo today to commemorate International Human Rights Day. The event was organized by the Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka.
Officials of the Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka and the United Nations were present at this occasion.
Human Rights Day presents an opportunity every year to look back and make an assessment on our achievements and failures and take further steps to remedy any situation or gaps. This could be interpreted as true celebration of human rights. This is what I want to emphasize. Let us look back and see our performance in the sphere of human rights. And if there are gaps, and if we have been found wanting, let us try our very best to rectify the situation.
In related news, a protest march was held in Colombo today against abductions. The protest was organized by the Movement for People's Struggle to coincide with the Human Rights Day.
The protest march commenced from opposite the Technical College Junction in Colombo. The protesters called on the government to release Lalit Kumar Veeraraj and Kugan Muruganandan, who went missing in Jaffna a year ago. The group proceeded towards the Fort railway station and continued their protest. The protesters charged that a wave of abductions have been reported in the recent past and the trend is still continuing.
It is 1 year since Lalit and Kugan disappeared. Veeraraj, Lalit Kumar and Kugan Muruganandan disappeared last year while organizing a Human Rights Day event in Jaffna. A complaint lodged with the Human Rights Commission regarding the disappearance. Reliable and trustworthy information indicate that they are being detained at an army camp in the north. A reminder on Human Rights Day, what happened to Lalit and Kugan.
In other local news, Minister of Lands and Land Development Janaka Bandar Thenakon says that politicians are robbing lands in various areas.
In certain areas, politicians are involved in forcibly acquiring the lands of the poor, innocent people. For as long as I am in the government, I will not allow state lands and the lands of innocent people to be acquired forcibly and to be sold at low prices in an illegal manner. Recently, a vice chairman of the North Central Province engaged in such an activity. I commenced an investigation immediately. I don't have political affiliations when it comes to such matters. The minister expressed these views at an event held at the Densil Kobbakatwa District Hospital in Tamulla in line with the National Health Week, which commenced today.
It has been pointed out that if details of personal bank accounts are being revealed as per the whims of certain individuals, then it is a serious issue with far-reaching consequences. Former chairman of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, Chandra Jayaratna, points out that investor confidence in Sri Lanka could also crumble as a result of this.
At a media briefing convened by the representatives of the Parliamentary Select Committee examining the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice on the 8th of this month at the Parliamentary Complex, it was revealed that it is easy to obtain personal bank details of individuals. According to the proper system, the public would not be privy to my bank details. But what we can see here is that the bank secrecy laws have been removed and 117 people have been made privy to someone's bank account details. If 117 know, then thousands will come to know. Outside the legal system, it is only in a very few instances that these details can be revealed. It cannot be done in this instance. The people who gave the details, the people who asked for the details, and the central bank are all in the wrong. The entire country has been betrayed. The issue here is that if investors felt that their rights have been taken away when the government took over 23 companies, will investors ever come here if they feel the details of their bank accounts would also be released to various parties?
For more views expressed by Chandra Jayaratna on this issue, tune into our sister channel Sirius TV at 10:45 p.m. tomorrow.
Welcome back to the news. National Health Week commenced today. At a media briefing that was held to raise awareness on this, the Minister of Health had this to say.
පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ නියෝජනය කරන 225 දෙනාටම ඔවුන්ගේ නමට මම ලිපියකින්
I sent a letter to the 225 members of parliament requesting them to visit the hospitals in their area on the morning of the 10th of December between 9 and 10 to speak to the doctors and the health officials of these institutions. We know that people who work in ministries, departments, organizations and statutory boards do not like others looking into their issues and speaking about them, but that is not our policy.
කරන සේවයක් පිළිබඳව හොයලා බලනවාට ඒ ගැන කතා කරනවාට නමුත් අපේ ප්‍රතිපත්තිය ඒක නෙවෙයි.
Two Tamil groups in Australia have called for a boycott of the Sri Lankan cricket team's tour of Australia. According to Australian media reports, the Tamil Refugee Council and the Refugee Action Collective have called for the boycott.
According to Australian media reports, the two organizations have called for the boycott, citing Sri Lanka's human rights record. They note that the Boxing Day test in Hobart could be used as an opportunity to express protest in this regard. A member of the Australian Tamil Congress stated that the Australian Cricket Board should apply the same standards and sporting sanctions that were imposed on South Africa during the apartheid era on Sri Lanka. The cricketers came here on the invitation of the Australian government and the Australian Cricket Board. All the people living in this country welcomed our cricketers. This is the first time that we are playing a test in the capital, Sydney. Unfortunately, there are individuals who want to systematically harm the image of our country. What I told them was that they are only disgracing the host country through their actions.
The European Union was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize at the official awarding ceremony in Oslo, Norway today. EU President Herman Van Rompuy, European Commission President José Manuel Barroso and the head of the EU Parliament Martin Schulz received the Nobel Peace Prize from the committee at a lavish ceremony in Oslo. The Nobel Committee, announcing its decision to award the Peace Prize to the EU in October, said that it was for turning Europe from a continent of war to a continent of peace. Meanwhile, speaking exclusively to News First, the head of the European delegation to Sri Lanka, Bernard Savage, expressed these views on the EU receiving this year's Nobel Peace Prize.
It's a recognition of the work that the European Union has carried out on the continent of Europe in particular, but also its role in the world. The European Union is a major humanitarian actor and a major actor in providing development assistance throughout the world.
News First also questioned the ambassador on the allegations levelled at the European Union regarding its involvement in foreign conflicts.
To say to the millions who braved the guns of dictators, torture, and many of whom gave their lives, to consider them as some sort of foreign stooge in the pay of the European Union or whoever the convenient enemy of the rhetoric happens to be for the moment is cowardly, it's wrong, It's a false analysis.
An assistant superintendent of police of the Special Task Force and his two sons were arrested on suspicion of assaulting a driver in Katunayaka. A high-ranking police official in the area said that the assault had taken place after an argument over an accident went too far early this morning.
The police stated that they have received information that the two sons of the ASP had carried out the assault. The high-ranking police official further noted that the ASP and his sons appeared to have been under the influence of alcohol during the incident. He added that the ASP had been granted police bail while his sons are to be produced before court. The individual who was assaulted is currently receiving treatment at the Negombo General Hospital. 5 people blocked my vehicle and suddenly attacked me. I received blows to the head and the vehicle was also damaged. I decided to lodge a complaint at the Katunayaka Airport Police Post so that legal measures could be taken against them. It was the airport police who rescued me.
Sri Lanka's number one hit music station Yes FM celebrates its 19th birthday today.
This year, Yes FM celebrated its 19th birthday at its outdoor studio located at Park Street in Colombo. Officials of the Capital Maharaja organization were present at the occasion. In line with its 19th birthday, Yes FM set up a wish tree at the outdoor studio in Colombo, giving listeners a chance to win 19 amazing prizes. Speaking to News First, channel head of Yes FM, Shaq, expressed these views.
Of course, Yes FM is one of the most interactive radio stations in the country, if not the most interactive radio station in the country. And anything and everything that we do, we obviously do it for our listeners. And we've had such a great time this year as far as our birthdays are concerned, as far as our listeners. We are some of the most fantastic and the best listeners in town. And we just want to thank you very much for being a part of Yes FM in the last so many years.
AmCham, together with two corporate entities, donated educational requirements to 223 children. An event in this regard was held at the practice range of the Royal Colombo Golf Club today.
Part of the proceeds of the 13th AmCham golf tournament, which was held in August, was utilized to meet the educational requirements of 223 children of the caddy and minor staff of the Royal Colombo Golf Club. This is the third consecutive year that AmCham has organized such an event, where funds raised are channeled to support the development of children's education.
The American Chamber of Commerce in Sri Lanka has been organizing this event for 13 years, and for the last 3 years, along with RCGC, we have been presenting school requirements to needy children, especially those who are children of the employees of the golf club. The last 2 years, over 100 children received these gifts. However, this year, 223 children are receiving these gifts.